Welcome, folks, to another episode of That Ninja Show. Shinobi One here. I wanted to try and get like an early kick or a foot above 2024. So I have been kind of mulling these things over in my head on how I wanted to do my favorite TV episodes or movies that got me into Ninja Fandom. And I think I finally have something that I think you, the Shadow Warrior collectors, may enjoy. If you do, please like, subscribe, give me some feedback, let me know. So tonight we are going to start with the Master, and we're going to start with episode 1 in particular, Max. Character building, and kind of introduces us to the characters there, and I wanted to kind of do like not so much as a reaction, because like I said in previous videos, I can't react to these because I've already seen them. Didn't want to do so much as a review, so I'm kind of doing like a video introspect, which would be pointing out some details from the episode, you know, certain actors and actresses, talk about some of the items that we're seeing in certain episodes. Mostly I'll be focusing on some of the character building between Lee Van Cleef and Timothy Van Patten, as well as Kosugi, the man himself. And also the camaraderie between the two of them. These episodes, this series aired on January 20th of 1984, all the way up until August 31st. There was another sort of teacher-student movie that came out around that time, which would be The Karate Kid. There are some similarities that I see in the camaraderie between Van Cleef's character and Timothy Van Patten versus with Makio and Pat Morita and their characters. So I'm not going to do like a whole comparison of the Master to Karate Kid, but there was people involved with both of them that kind of had some influence there. For instance, the first episode of Max was directed by Robert Klaus, who was the director for a famous film by one Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon. But also during that time, it was produced by, I believe, Jerry Weintraub, who Weintraub had his hands invested in the Karate Kid. So we're going to touch on little bits of information like that, sort of not so much of like a pop-up video. I'm not going to pop up little tidbits of info. I'm going to talk about them. Also going to point out like some of the actors that were background characters that people may or may not know, like stunt people and things like that. So, and then yeah, we'll just go right into it. So without further ado, again, like, subscribe, tell your friends about this. If you like it, give me some comments. If you don't like it, go ahead and give me some comments, and I'll see what I can do to improve upon it for the future episodes. But we're going to pretty much do all 13 episodes of this, and it is available on Blu-ray as well as free to watch on Tubi. So I'll be posting links below on how to obtain either the Blu-ray series if you want, or be able to watch it on Tubi for free for those of us in the States, or if there's people in other countries that have access to Tubi. Get on there, watch this for free. You'll be able to see the entire episodes. I'm only going to be showing snippets because, of course, I don't want to get into any trouble, so to speak, any copyright issues. So, without further ado, let's roll it. So in the opening credits scene, you do have the music by Bill Conti. You also have a cool little overview of some ninjas fighting, which was really, really cool. When I saw this first episode as a kid, I was just like, my eyes were like saucers. I was like, holy crap, this is it, man. I'm on it. January 20th, 1984, I was about 13, I believe, at the time. So I was heavily influenced by this series. I do have the pendant from the old J.P. McAllister, and wearing that. Also in the opening, you got to see this shuriken, pretty prominent in the opening. I did a review on these. These are available through the Samurai Connection if you want to get them. I'll also post a link about these. There are some other shuriken that you see in there in the opening credits. But it's pretty cool to see that overview of ninjas fighting and little action scenes, and Kosugi throwing this shuriken at McAllister, or Kosugi throwing it at Van Cleef. Anyway, so the Bill Conti, the composer of the opening music, another thing to point out, sort of another crossover there, is he did the theme music for Karate Kid as well as Rocky, and there is a reference to Rocky in the episode later on. Spoiler alert. Anyway, let's continue on.
This is how I usually leave a bar. A bunch of bikers were harassing a young couple. Naturally, I had to try to stop them. I don't think they liked me. I think I'll try again. Stick around. This should be fun.
Let's get him out of there.
No, come on, no, leave it alone. No.
Hey, that's Frank's killer.
So in this portion, I wanted to talk about Robert Klaus. I did talk about him during the top of the video as well. Robert Klaus was the director for Enter the Dragon. He also directed The Big Brawl and Gymkhana. Yeah. So Big Brawl was hits close to home. Jackie Chan, Mako. Some of that was filmed here in San Antonio, Texas. Rock on. We did see, like, in The Big Brawl, Gary DeLon, who was a well-known news anchor here in San Antonio, being one of the interviewers in the fights that happened. So loved that little homage there, or not really a homage, but just some references there when finding out a little bit of background on Robert Klaus. But Enter the Dragon was huge in the 70s, and then of course even Kosugi mentions that he saw Bruce, and Bruce was a big influence on him in wanting to get into the movies. So we'll continue on.
It's my life. John Peter McAllister, the only Occidental American ever to become a ninja.
Time for you to go, little fella.
was on his way to the United States to find a daughter he never knew he had.
Ellerston.
And ended up with me. Once he got out alive.
So next, I wanted to talk about Lee Van Cleef. To me, I think this man doesn't get enough credit where credit was due. He did a lot in the movies. He did a lot outside of movies. The man was just brilliant in everything that he, in my opinion, that he did. My two favorite movies, which, you know, are uncommon from the Western movies. Of course, I loved all of the Westerns that he was in with Clint and other characters as well. But Escape from New York, to me, he was the consummate badass. You know, had the bracelet and the watch, shows up in a limo, he's got the ear pierced. He was a badass. You know, he was just like, you know, he didn't take Kurt Russell's crap for nothing. So that, to me, is like my first movie that it's like, I see that movie, I will watch it over and over again. Lee Van Cleef was just a badass in that movie. My second favorite is The Octagon. The Octagon was also him just, you know, having that attitude and being that much of a badass again. So, and then of course, him in this series, just, he did amazing work. But also too, the work that he did prior to his movie career. You know, to find out that he served in the Navy. He was in the Navy from 1942 to 1946. He did serve in the World War II campaigns. He was a sonarman first class and served in the Battle of the Caribbean as well as Operation Dragoon. And he eventually earned a Bronze Star. So the man has one hell of a resume, you know. And to me, I think, like I said, he doesn't get enough respect or admiration that he should have for the things that he's done, both in and out of the movies. We'll talk about more about him later on in this episode as well, the things that go on in his career and also in his life. So, but Lee Van Cleef, you are and always will be a legend in my book. On to the next thing. Also want to touch on this scene a little bit more in, damn, I keep shaking the camera. I want to touch on this scene a little bit more in which we finally see the first appearance of Sho Kosugi. You know, Sho digs out one of these, throws it into the small of McAllister's back. Okasa is the character's name. Throws it in McAllister's back as he's trying to escape on a plane headed to America from Japan after McAllister just basically told his ninja sect to kick rocks, basically. So, and again, of course, we've talked about Sho on this channel a lot, and I'm going to continue to talk about him because he was the man, or still is the man in my book, as far as like, if he decides to do ninja movies today, man, you know, I know that there's a lot of us that would love to see that, but it all depends on him if he wants to do it. I still would just love to see him do like a convention tour, if anything, just to, you know, be able to sit down and talk with the man or do an interview with him, if you're watching. But again, he was heavily influenced by Bruce Lee and wanting to get into acting in martial arts movies, and I still believe to this day that Sho did kind of take that torch from Bruce, you know, that empty space that Bruce had left behind, and took that torch and moved forward, or the ninja toe, and moved forward to create his own history in martial arts movies. Will always have respect for Sho in all of the movies that he's done, and hopefully movies that he may want to do in the future. All depends. So anyway, on to the next thing.
How do I get myself into these things?
Pull over. This is the sheriff's office. Pull up.
Brace yourself against the dash and don't let Henry fall out. He gets crazed when he's mad. Hold on.
Oh, way to go, Max.
Don't pass go, Max. Go directly to jail, Max.
Notable character in this little clip, none other than Demi Moore. Demi, ooh, looking like a beautiful little minx back then in this episode. She was in, I believe, General Hospital, the soap opera, for a while before she got into this episode. It was kind of cool to, to see that. And of course, it's kind of like that moment when you watch Tropic Thunder and you're like, is that Tom Cruise? It's kind of the same feeling for people these days that watch The Master and they watch Max, the first episode, and go, is that Demi Moore? So yeah, I've had a couple of people, send me a message like that. Is that Demi Moore? I'm like, hell yeah, it is. And she looked hot. She was also in, around that time, Blame It on Rio with Michael Caine, which I believe there was that one girl that Michael Caine supposedly has an affair with, which was Demi's friend or whatever. Both of them were hot. Anyway, Demi, still gorgeous to this day. I still love all the things that you do now for Bruce Willis. I know that he's still going through a lot of stuff, so my heart goes out to his family. But also much respect for Demi for still, being there for him, and also for being in this first episode and kind of creating some good clout there. Because yeah, people come back now and watch this episode and they're like, wow, humble beginnings for Demi. She looked good, still does. Anyway, on to the next thing.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna leave this bar through the window, pal. After wrecking the sheriff's car, I thought I'd take a break. I didn't know McAllister was right behind me. Ever meet a ninja in a bar? It's a lot of fun.
Hey, Max! Max! Over here!
Wanted to buy you a drink, partner, for bringing Holly back in one piece. Last time he blacked her eye. Someday, someone's gonna settle it with the sheriff. I'd like to do it myself.
What'll it be? At one time, a Singapore sling would have been the only answer. I'm looking for this person. I sell drinks. You want information? There's a sheriff right there. Hey. No! That's enough, boys.
Oh, well, look at here. Real pretty. You gonna strut this down the stem, old man? Hmm? Woo! Que bonita, darling.
You may not touch that.
Just keeps getting better, don't it? Hmm?
I've been hearing about him down at the truck stop. That old man can take care of himself.
Yeah, well, the sheriff and I have a prior.
Go for it, kid. Hard and fast.
Yeah.
Carrying a concealed weapon is an offense in this county, old man. You're gonna have to confiscate it.
Please.
Check out, Jack. Time for a younger fella.
Stand hard and fast, old man. I pulled your rap sheet, boy. It reads real pretty through 6 counties. Brawling, disturbing the peace. Now you come burning through my county. Add to that not stopping for an officer of the law.
I didn't see one. All I saw was a frightened girl and a clown with scratch marks all over his face. You ever swing at a man?
Kosugi, protection against the sword.
Out of my way!
Bring all of your energy to one point and you'll be unbeaten.
Get out of the way!
Does he know that?
That's enough! That's enough! Let's get that loudmouth! What there?
I need your help.
You're kidding.
Whew. Don't know what happened there. Anyway, the bar fight. So the bar fight's kind of cool because you get to see some things in action there. Some of them are a little too fantastical, so to speak, because, you know, you do have the Takagi versus a ninja toe, which I don't know if I would do that. I don't know if I'd go up against a ninja toe with just this. We've talked about these. I do have another set that I just got as a gift, which will be brought up in a later video, or the next video you should see in the new year. But putting this all at a point to the sword, risky, very risky, but yeah, it might happen. So, you know, you got the Takagi in there, you've got the use of the ninja toe, you also got to see a little bit of McAllister's Shinobi Shazuku, and of course the sheriff, who is from a notable movie of Any Which Way But Loose. he's been in some other movies too, but that's what I know him from the most. And him being an annoying pain in the butt in that movie, as well as he is in this episode. So anyway, yeah, I don't know if I'd put Takagi up against a Ninja Toe. Just seems a little bit risky, but yeah, that is interesting. The other thing I want to point out is stuntman Judo Gene LaBelle. I'll be showing a little quick snippet there of him. He's there in part of helping throw Max out of the bar. And then we also get into some stunt shuriken where McAllister throws one of these, starts destroying the bar, which everybody laughs because, of course, the ceiling from the bar is already starting to collapse before he kicks it. I don't know if that was like also a homage to Bruce Lee when he did it in Return of the Dragon, where he kicks the light above him, which also I see in Black Dynamite, one of my favorite shows. So I do see the similarities there, but yeah, people have little quips about it and joke about it and such, that the ceiling was collapsing before McAllister's stunt double even touched the ceiling. In any case, it's still, me as a 13-year-old kid watching this, about ninjas and about Lee Van Cleef and Kosugi. It was like, hell yeah, dude! I am fully invested in every single episode, especially when we got up to this part, and then the next few scenes after were just reeled me in, said I'm sold. I want to start, learning more about being a ninja, thanks to Kosugi and Lee Van Cleef. Anyway, on to the next.
Everywhere you go?
All my possessions are with me. Some are more lethal than others.
I was in a bar one time in Saigon. This young dude comes in and tears the place to pieces, like it was made out of nothing. Said he was a ninja.
A ninja?
Yeah, he carried a variety of different little weapons in a leather pouch. Hey, what else you got in that suitcase of yours?
My toothbrush.
How could you be hurt? I mean, no one even came near you.
Shuriken wound. It's a small spiked wheel in the small of my back. Keeps reopening.
We better stay out of the emergency room so the sheriff gets tired of watching him. Better get off this road, too. Find someplace else.
You're home?
You're traveling in it, Jack. Someplace better.
So I like this scene a little bit because it really starts going into the character building and the camaraderie between the two of them. Them trying to get to know each other, and then also the speculations about ninjas and how, there's this whole mysticism about them, and McAllister just trying to kind of shed some light, but not too much, because he's what he calls himself, a cantankerous old man that just really wants to, find his daughter and kind of have that family unity with her. So, but I do like this scene in that they start the character building a little bit more, and also the camaraderie there, which I dig. And again, as a growing 13-year-old, looking for that sort of camaraderie and also that teacher-student, feel there. I think that's pretty much what also made me really start getting back on the martial arts front, because I started back into martial arts at the age of 13. So, yeah. But on to the next clip.
I'll be back to shut you down. Chew on that.
What happened, Kyle?
Yeah. You certain?
Who is he?
I'd like to know the answer to that one myself. See you later.
Did she kiss you?
You're scary.
Seemed like the right moment.
Guess they're just not making ninjas the way they used to, huh?
What do you know of the ninja?
Assassins, weren't they?
Phantoms.
You know, I'm surprised your fellow ninjas let you go.
There was a send-off.
Yeah, pinwheel in the back. Nice. Max Keller. Do I get to call you master?
It's got a ring to it. John Peter McAllister's the name on the discharge.
From where? They don't teach what you did in any army I know of.
Army Air Corps. At the end of the war, I found myself in Japan. A ticket home and nowhere to go. There's something about the tranquility, the people, kept me there.
What brought you home? Or were you just running?
Searching. My daughter, one I didn't even know I had, wrote to me a month ago from Ellerston.
This picture's taken outside of one of Trumbull's hangars. Hard to make out the girl's face, though. And that's why you've traveled halfway around the world after 30 years? Just to find her?
What other reason could there be?
You're looking over your shoulder for someone. Secrets locked inside your head that no one else can know about?
Lots of secrets.
I'll take the ones you can give.
I don't understand.
I'm making a deal with you. I'll help you find your daughter if you'll teach me what you did in that bar, and the way you moved, the way you felt. There must be all kinds of tricks in that suitcase of yours.
You would not endure the discipline.
Try me.
Or the emotional commitment.
What, well, you don't think I got emotions?
Too many of them. You want to fight. Take on 6 attackers at once. That's not where it is, Max.
I can hack it.
You got nice qualities. But not for a ninja. Anyway, I'm a cantankerous old man who's lived alone a lot of years.
I can see why. I've been alone, too. Just thought I'd try another route. Anyway, hang in there, old fella.
I'll hang in.
Good luck finding your daughter.
Good luck finding yourself.
Oh, Demi, you flirtatious little minx, you. Anyway, yeah, Demi she's hot in this. I mean, yeah, she just looks beautiful. But this scene I like a little bit more again because it goes back into the camaraderie, also more about the mysticism and the rumors about ninjas, also where Max is wanting to kind of reach out to McAllister and make him a deal. It's like, hey, I'll help you find your daughter, you teach me more about this stuff, and of course McAllister is just not into it. He still wants to kind of venture out on his own, do his own thing, not have to worry about, teaching people or what have you. So it's cool to see later on how he decides to take him in and such. And so I really, really started to get pulled into this episode. And again, the next few scenes are ones that really kind of shored up for me and said, hell yes, I am 100% invested into this series, and I will watch it religiously every night it comes on. So get ready for the next few scenes. The cool stuff is on its way.
You're kidding with this outfit, right?
It's traditional. We'll ease you into it. Come at me. No holds barred. I'm going to kill you.
Okay.
Hone your reflexes till you react swifter than thought. Your key.
Here, right?
The center of your being. Inner strength.
What about getting the outer strength smacked out of you?
That's something you should also be concerned about. Let's see how you kick. Good.
You didn't feel a thing.
It was still good. A ninja must have perfect balance. Keep your eyes on the attack. From in here. Extend. Expect attack from any direction. Concentrate.
What else you got in that suitcase?
When you're ready.
Well, you win. I can't hack it.
Max.
Yeah, but don't think I'm walking away from Christensen. Because I told him I was going to nail him, and I meant it. Thanks for the lesson.
You have more tenacity than I expected. And speed and courage.
Thanks. Didn't do me a damn bit of good.
It showed you can do more than fight. And that you're gonna have to do.
Now you're beginning to understand me.
You have no choice. You saw Kyle set the fire at the airport. You let Christensen know who you are. Unless you split town. Fat chance. We'll have to deal with this.
We?
I didn't like what happened last night. I didn't like that at all.
Maybe the sheriff would like a visit from a real live ninja.
That could be arranged as soon as I get my breath back.
What is it?
Presents. Let's make that visit.
Of course, the funny thing is about this scene is the training. It was cool to see the training, and you can tell that it looks like it is Sho Kosugi that's wearing McAllister's outfit and beating the crap out of Timothy Van Patten. But the tightrope scene, yeah. You know how they always say kids don't do this at home? Well, I tried to do that at home. I put a tightrope between my two pecan trees in my backyard. Failed miserably. My balance was total utter crap at that time. So I look very much like Van Patten earthing my face into a bunch of grass and pecans. So not fun, but definitely an experience all to its own, which was like, okay, still need to work on my balance, all in due time. Diving head first into it, literally, was probably not a good idea, but in retrospect, I think I had fun with it, and it's like, it's still a funny memory, where it was like, got up on the tightrope, took my first few steps, and all of a sudden it just went whoop, 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 and then I just went back onto my back. And yeah, and then I did it a couple of times more, where the final time was when I had a bunch of grass and pecans in my face. And yeah, I was like, okay, I'm tapping out for the day. I'm done with this balance stuff. Yeah. So into that lesson. But to me, yes, there's still with this series, it does have that Karate Kid feel to it. And then, of course, Karate Kid premiered June 22nd, 1984. So it was around that time. There was that, that buddy movie retrospect to it, or aspect to it, where McAllister and Max, and then you got Miyagi and Daniel-san. So, but yeah, I will probably, if I ever do a tightrope again, I will probably make sure that I have some sort of safety precautions there, like foam or a net or something, so I don't eat grass and pecans again. Anyway, here we go, folks. Buckle up. The fights are upon us soon.
A lot of monitors and security guards on every floor. The boss is on the top floor. Now, how do we get up there?
I would suggest you use the elevator.
How are you going to get up there?
I'll walk up.
The stairs?
The building.
Sorry I asked. Max Keller to see Mr. Christensen? Now you should have gone down like a sack of flour. Sometimes an old-fashioned right-hand cross comes in handy.
Hey, what are you doing there?
That old man can take care of himself.
So I had spoken about this before, where Takagi and how, McAllister or Van Cleef used him in this scene. Kind of far-fetched. I mean, he's not even piercing the concrete with the bricks or the concrete at all with the Takagi. So, how he was able to traverse his way up that entire building. Again, the whole fantastical thing when you look at it now as an adult, but as a kid, you're like, oh crap, man, these freaking things are awesome, man. It's like, I can climb a building with these damn things if I wanted to. Of course, I didn't do that. I did have some sensibility to me, especially after the whole tightrope incident. So, yeah, I didn't decide to climb my house, because, of course, my house wasn't made of a brick. I think if I climbed the aluminum siding, I would slide off like I talked about in Predator 2 scene. So, no dice there. Also, you see Max with the caltrops or Tetsubishi. Those things, holy hell, man. Those are sharp. I've always wanted a set of those, but then I've always been afraid that I would probably lose just one somewhere in my house. And being that I have the flattest feet on the planet, I would find it in seconds. Because I know that anytime we ever lost a thumbtack or a nail or a needle in the house, my flat freaking feet would find them. Like that. So, now, I know that this series got canceled after the first season. I think the reason that the series may not have had the bigger impact was maybe because there is a bit of a dark side to this series, because, you know, we're talking about assassins. We're talking about dudes that can kill other people. It's implied in this episode that Max kills Christensen with one of these to the heart. You know, check out Jack. He throws it right into his chest, and dude doesn't wake up from it. So obviously, it looks like he killed him. It's not really implied. It's not really, you know, confirmed, but it's implied. And so I think maybe that kind of reached the audiences in a not so positive way, where, you know, whereas Karate Kid is more of a teen movie where teens can learn karate from, you know, this Okinawan guy, you know, that's just kind of minding his own business, as opposed to an old Korean War hero that doesn't want to teach anybody but knows how to kill people and so on. So I think that's probably the reason why this series never caught on. I loved it, and we're going to be talking about more episodes, you know, because to me it was a great series. It definitely captured me every week, and I know it captured a lot of people as well that also subscribe here. So yeah, I would love to see. Would I love to see a remake? I don't know, maybe. But I'm very critical of it, because to me it's a great series. I'd be very critical of who would do it now, and plus I think Hollywood now really doesn't know what the hell to do with remakes, so they trash them. So anyway, final battle, here we go.
I've been expecting you.
A ninja does not betray his destiny. You will die.
I'll take him.
as you've always done. Kill him.
Never again.
There will be another time. There will be coming for you. Here.
I'll be waiting.
Don't turn your back on that guy.
He won't fight again tonight. He's hurt. An artery was severed.
Who is he?
Okasa, now a ninja master. Was one of my students.
Sent to kill you. What ancient little gadget did you use to sever Okasa's artery?
My fingers.
Sorry I asked.
Okay, who wouldn't want to be able to catch arrows? Who wouldn't want to be able to catch arrows? Who wouldn't want the opportunity to learn how to do that? You know? Who wouldn't want that? So, of course, again, after learning my lesson about the tightrope and the whole, yeah, I'm not going to climb a building with ninja spikes, I sure as hell was not going to have my friend from across the street shoot arrows at me because, yeah, that would hurt. I would probably fail miserably at the whole arrow catching thing. So, yeah, even though the temptation was there, the whole do not try this at home, kids, even though it was never posted anywhere there, kids my age had common sense. We knew not to try that crap. Stunt sword used, well, this one wasn't used, but stunt swords were used in the Master, similar to this Revenge of the Ninja one that I have here. And then, of course, you can even hear the clanging of it in some of the fights there. This one has quite a few bits taken out of it. This is my Revenge of the Ninja stunt sword that's been talked about on this channel quite a few times. I don't like to do too many videos of it because I think you know, y'all already know what it's about. I don't need to overdo it. So it's here and that's pretty much it, you know. So, but yeah, you get to see Sho have a bunch of these stunt swords. I know he did the whole, you know, unsheathing there in that scene before the battle. And then, of course, he uses a hero sword at the end when he's doing his little "I'm gonna get you, my pretty" type thing after he gets his artery severed. So, Sho had a lot of cool ninja gadgets in this episode too. The little half staff that had the blades that pop out. He did have that on display at Republic of Ninja, and I know that his company that administers a lot of his stunt swords and uniforms and costumes and stuff, which is known as LIP. They showed that little half staff that turns into, that pops out the blades, and then there's a second scene where it's the nunchaku or nunchucks that have the blades in them as well. I believe he has two different versions of that. One where it's just the staff, and then it turns into the nunchucks. But then I think he had another set of nunchucks that had the blades already out of them. So, anyways, the final battle between, or the first of many battles between McAllister and Okasa. What did you think? If you haven't seen this before, did you like it? Did you think it was too quick? Did you want smoke bombs like Kosugi had? Because, man, that was the one thing that I always dug about this series, is those damn smoke bombs. I always wanted to build one that would just blow up and then it's like, all right, freaking gone. You know, we also got to see it in Ninja 3 as well, where he just disappeared, and the next thing you know, he's underground. I wanted that badly, so I don't know if I could ever create something like that. Maybe I can, but I don't know, without the possibility of setting myself on fire. Yeah, that might not be good. Anyway, but the camaraderie between McAllister and Max continues to grow. He decides to take him in as his pupil, and we get to see him in future episodes, you know, kind of guiding Max along the way as they drive around the U.S. looking for his daughter. And then, of course, Sho Kosugi remaining the consummate badass that he is. He was a great evil character in Enter the Ninja. Hasegawa was a bad mofo, in my opinion. He was sadistic, you know, especially the whole laughing and stuff after he did the stuff that he did to some of the characters in that movie. But him being like a stone cold killer, he's not maniacal in this series, and you'll see that in future episodes. But he's driven. He's driven to go after McAllister and take him out. McAllister must have screwed up bad when he walked away from his sect. So for them to hire his own top student to come out and kill him. And it must be a bad thing for Okasa to want to kill McAllister, because that was his student, you know? So, you know, what would drive you to want to kill your teacher that bad? You know, is it the honor thing? You know, kind of like Karate Kid 2, you know, the whole, if you insult my honor, I will kill you type thing. Again, me throwing the Karate Kid references in there. But, and the only reason, again, like I say that is because that movie came out around the time that this series was out. And being that there was people involved in both camps, so to speak, that were monumental in making Enter the Dragon happen. It's kind of like, all right, you know, I'm looking forward to more episodes of Max and McAllister, especially Okasa popping up, you know, in random places and just wrecking stuff up, so to speak, and trying to get McAllister. So that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. Be kind, rewind, like, subscribe. Happy New Year. And if you like this episode that I did this evening, please let me know. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. Again, I'm planning on doing more of these if you like them. If you don't like them, then I'll try and figure out some ways to tweak them maybe and make them a little bit more entertaining. But hopefully y'all had fun. I enjoy sharing these things with y'all. But again, there's still so much more that I got planned for 2024. This is only like a minute part of it that I have planned. So thank you again. Be safe tonight. Don't drink and drive, because I want to see y'all for 2024. We got cool stuff planned. I plan on doing some interviews, plan on doing some mail calls, some viewer mail, so to speak. And I'm very grateful for each and every one of you that takes the time to watch these videos. Thank you again. Shinobi 1, signing off. Take care.